Let's see if the traffic follows suit. Mindy Winkler's here with the latest.
Well, it's been clear on the interstates, but we do have some couple accidents that have picked up on the side streets, particularly now over on the east side. We have an accident with injury heading in from Pendleton Pike as you approach the 465 ramp, so be aware of that. We also have a crash still on the south side, Madison Avenue at Shelby Street, just east of US 31. Here is a live look Tower Cam's giving us of the south split. Traffic is moving very smoothly, as I said, on the interstates. Everything looking really good as people are coming into the downtown area. 842-TIPS, 842-8477 is the traffic tip hotline. Otherwise, everything's looking really great so far.
All right, thanks, Mindy.
Thanks, Paul. And look, Tower Cam's giving us a live look at I-70. Lots of volume for 5:30 in the morning as people are getting an early start on their Monday morning. And things are looking really good on the interstates, actually all over the city. We've just picked up a crash now on the south side. It is off the interstates at Madison and Shelby. That's just east of 31. Plus, we have some road work on the left shoulder that is on the interstates, both directions of 465 at South Carson Avenue. That is just west of the I-65 ramps in that area, so be aware of that as well. 842-TIPS, 842-8477 is the traffic tip hotline if you happen to see something. Much, Paul, and we are getting a live look via Tower Cam of 65 in Pennsylvania. As you can see, traffic is doing very, very well on the interstates. It has been all morning long, which is a good thing. We just actually have one accident to speak of. It is with injury on the north side of the downtown area, actually not too far from where we were just looking at. Northbound Tibbs at 10th Street, there's an overturned vehicle in this intersection, and northbound traffic is having to use a parking lot to detour around this area. Also be aware that over on the east side, we got a couple things going on, not accident-wise, but other things going on. A fire at Pendleton Pike in Franklin. It's in a neighborhood just northeast of this intersection, and there's still quite a few emergency vehicles on the scene here. Plus, we picked up a disabled vehicle, Shaylin and English. It's well out of the roadway, but it will take a wreck or two to move it out of the embankment. 842-TIPS, 842-8477 is the traffic tip hotline. It is open, so give us a call.
I would say bye-bye to you.
Bye-bye. And hello to Mindy. You know, it can be a problem with wet roadways later on in the afternoon, but hopefully everything's okay. We had a safe start so far this morning.
That's exactly right, Eric. And actually, things are still safe out on the roadways. In fact, State and Marion County Police are still talking that there are no accidents. And actually, a lot of the construction that we saw overnight is now wrapping up. But we have some that's going to be beginning on the south side at 9 o'clock this morning. And that's going to be northbound 65 as you approach the 465 westbound ramp. And they're going to be blocking the left lane to work on the guardrail there. And that's going to continue to 3 o'clock. But good news, though, for you up on the east side. We had both directions of Brookville Road were closed for some bridge demolition work, and that has been reopened between Franklin Road and South Post Road. So good news for you folks over there. 842-TIPS, 842-8477 is the traffic tip hotline if you see something in your morning commute this morning.
It may be time to go into work. We have the latest from Metro Traffic. Mindy with the update.
Thanks, Paul. Well, State and Marion County Police are saying that everything's moving really well as far as accidents are concerned. We are accident-free. But it's that time of year where lots of orange barrels and flashing arrows are all over the city, particularly on the south side. Overnight, both directions of State Road 135 between Southport and County Line Road were blocked off, and that will be reopening this 6 o'clock this morning. Also be aware that I-65 northbound as you head into 465 heading west will be restricted on the left lane beginning at 9 o'clock, continuing till 3 o'clock as they work on the guardrail on that area. And up on the way up north, those folks in the Madison, Delaware County areas, both directions of 69 are currently blocked off until 6 o'clock this morning. So be aware if that is normally how you come in. I-70, does Tower Cam showing us, very, very busy already this morning for such an early commute. Folks doing really well, though, on the interstates, as I mentioned, State Police saying 842-TIPS, 842-8477 is the traffic tip hotline if you happen to see something. Otherwise, looking great.
Very good.
You have to get to work to take the lunch break. Mindy Winkler's here with news of a slowdown.
Well, and if you are heading to work, yes, you might want to give yourself a little extra time because look at this backup. Skycam is showing us westbound 70. There's been an accident at Shaylin Avenue. It has the center lane blocked. Now, you can pass on the left and the right lane, but there's cars also on the shoulder, but you can see it is already really, really backing up in that area. So if you're getting ready right now, you might want to pick it up a little bit and get out the door a little earlier because you're going to be dealing with some big time traffic for quite a while with that. Also, we have an accident on the east side as well. Inbound Pendleton Pike at 465. That is just west of the interstate there. So just be aware of those two accidents on the east side of town because they're going to be causing you some problems. 842-TIPS, 842-8477 is the traffic tip hotline if you happen to see anything else or have any problems yourself. Yeah, Paul, and actually here's a live look at the north split the Tower Cam is giving us. You can see not a whole lot of things going on on the roadways so far, but we have picked up an accident with injury on the southeast side of downtown. It's actually at Washington and East Street, so just be aware of that. Otherwise, the interstates are looking really, really good. They're completely accident-free. Just be aware that on the south side, we are going to be having some construction beginning at 9 o'clock this morning, northbound 65 as you approach the 465 westbound ramp. And that's going to continue to 3 o'clock today as they're working on the guardrail there, so the left lane will be restricted. Other than that, everything's looking pretty good on the roads.
See if it's a bad morning rush hour with Mindy Winkler.
Well, not too bad. It's actually not been just a few accidents out on the roadways. We have one at northbound Tibbs at 10th Street that we've been dealing with on the north side of downtown. They are wrapping that up. Of course, that's just north of IUPUI, but it is causing some big delays there. Also, be aware that on the east side, we have a disabled vehicle, Shaylin and English. It's well out of the roadway, about a quarter mile south of that ramp, but it is an embankment, and it will take a record to remove this. Make sure to give them plenty of room there. Here's a live look at the north split. Lots of volume coming in as people are making their way into the downtown area. Be aware that there's also a couple more crashes on the south side, Harding at Morris. There's a hit and run. And on the further north side, Westville Boulevard between 96th and East 99th Street, there's also been a crash reported there as well. Well, it's been kind of a quiet morning, but we have picked up an accident now over on the west side in an area that's actually has a lot of traffic because of the work zone. On northbound 465, between 38th and 56th Street, there has been a crash, and it has traffic building up that way, plus as people approach that work zone, things are really backing up. Then downtown, we have several things going on. We have an object on the roadway, eastbound 70 at the south split. Actually, it's a chunk of metal, and it's between the right two lanes, so use caution there. Slow traffic is being caused from that at the south split on northbound 65. And then we also have a disabled vehicle on the right shoulder of southbound 65 at Fletcher. Hoosier Helper is on the scene there, but it is causing some backup.
Picking up some problems. We're going to check your morning big stories.
Metro traffic this morning. Here's Mindy Winkler.
Yes, and it's very, very busy out there, Paul. We still have that mess going over on the east side, westbound 70 at Shaylin Avenue. They have moved that crash over into the right shoulder, but things are very, very heavy, beginning from Emerson back to 465. And, of course, there's lots of volume southbound 69 from 116th Street into 465. And over on the west side now, we picked up a crash as well. This is at Michigan Road at Township Line. Township Line is actually completely blocked. It's because it's involving a semi and two cars here. Michigan's moving all right, but again, Township Line completely blocked that area. And be aware, too, up in the Madison County area, the Daleville to Lapel area, there's only going to be one lane going all the way from 69.
A lot of things to talk about.